Hello everyone. I am here to discuss about somatic stem cells. Stem cells are unspecialized mass of cells with cell renewal capacity, dividing ability, and plasticity. They can divide through mitosis limitlessly to replenish other cell types of multicellular organisms throughout their life. Types of stem cells: embryonic stem cells, somatic stem cells. Then other types are induced pluripotent stem cells and progenitor stem cells. Embryonic stem cells are totipotent as well as pluripotent in nature. Somatic stem cells are multipotent in nature. They are undifferentiated cells that residing in a particular tissue or organ along with other differentiated cells. That is somatic cells. They are nothing but the body cells. Somatic cells, they have the capability to divide, self-renew and differentiate into other types of cells that present in the human body. Types of stem cells in detail. Embryonic stem cells have the capability, potential to differentiate into all cell types of the body as they are pluripotent stem cells. Somatic stem cells can differentiate only into a particular cell types that present in a particular organ of their origin. Formation of embryonic and adult stem cells. When an egg and a sperm fuses to form a zygote, which is a diploid in nature, after zygote formation, post fertilization changes occur, wherein blastocyst stage form. In that, the blastomeres and inner and outer cell mass will be formed. The embryos that derive from the blastocyst are called as the embryonic stem cells. They have the self-renewal capacity. Further, they can be differentiated into three germ layers: endoderm, mesoderm, ectoderm. If the blastocyst is further allowed to grow into a gastrula stage, it then further proliferate to form a whole human body. The types of stem cells: embryonic stem cells, adult stem cell, progenitor and induced pluripotent stem cells are available. Embryonic stem cells, they are self-renewable in nature. They can differentiate into all tissue types. Adult stem cells, they found in a particular tissue. They have self-renewal capacity. They differentiate into cells of same lineage. Progenitor, they are derived from stem cells. They lack the self-renewal capacity. Only they can differentiate into cells of same lineage. Induced pluripotent stem cells. These are the pluripotent stem cells that are generated from the somatic cells, that is body cells. The somatic cells are modified with certain genes and they are converted to pluripotent stem cell. Somatic stem cells, they can undergo normal differentiation pathways to give rise to specialized cells of a tissue wherein they are located. Stem cells, they can be converted to specialized somatic cells as well as the stem cell of its own. There are different types of somatic stem cells. They are hematopoietic stem cells, mesenchymal stem cells, neural stem cells, epithelial, skin stem cells, etc. Hematopoietic stem cells, they differentiate into blood cells, red blood cells, B cells, T cells, neutrophils, basophils, etc. Mesenchymal stem cells, also known as the bone marrow stromal stem cells, bone cells, cartilage cells, fat cells are formed and it also regulate the blood production. Neural stem cells are present in the brain and can differentiate into neurons, nerve cells, astrocytes and oligodendrocytes. Neurons are the nerve cells, astrocytes are star-shaped glial cells that found in the central nervous system. Oligodendrocytes are the large type of glial cells which form a myelin sheath around the central nervous system axons. They help in myelination process. Epithelial stem cells. These are present in the epithelial lining of the gastrointestinal tract and can differentiate into absorptive cells, goblet cells, and enteroendocrine cells. Skin stem cells, it is of two types: epidermal stem cells and follicular stem cells. Epidermal stem cells are found in the basal layer of the epidermis and can differentiate into keratinocytes. Follicular stem cells are found at the base of the hair follicles and can differentiate into both follicular cells and keratinocytes. Somatic stem cells are present in various parts of our body. Some are brain, blood vessels, skeletal muscles, bone marrow, liver, heart, skin, gut, peripheral blood. These are some of the locations of somatic stem cells. Hematopoietic stem cells, they can differentiate into different types of blood cells: RBC, monocytes, T cells, B cells, erythrocytes, neutrophils, etc. Neural stem cells, they are self-renewable in nature. They can differentiate into neurons, that is nerve cells, astrocytes, oligodendrocytes. Neurons are mostly terminally differentiated in nature. MSC, that is mesenchymal stem cells, they can differentiate into chondrocytes, osteoblasts, and adipocytes, that is fat cells. Osteoblast, it is bone cells. The special characteristics of somatic stem cell is they can undergo transdifferentiation process. By this process, stem cells from a particular tissue can differentiate into a specialized cell type of another tissue. For example, stem cells from the brain, they give rise to a blood cell. The ability of stem cells to differentiate into specialized cell types of a body has a potential way towards cell-based therapies. This is applied in the medicinal field for curing the heart diseases, stroke, spinal cord injury, etc. Isolation of adult stem cells. Adult stem cells have been found in the different locations in the body. They are isolated from the body by following different ways. Depending on the type of tissue we are isolating, the procedure varies. Hematopoietic stem cells, it will be isolated from donor bone marrow or from blood in the umbilical cord when a baby is born. Can also be from a person's circulatory system. Mesenchymal stem cells, it can be isolated from the bone marrow. It is used to make bone, cartilages, fat cells that support the formation of blood. Neural stem cells, they are isolated from brain and spinal cord so that it can be differentiated to neurons, astrocytes, dendrocytes, which are of terminally differentiated state. Thank you for watching the video.